there's one thing that's harder than picking my top 10 favorite figures of 2018, and that's murdering your son. But it is one of the hardest things to always look at a year and think, what's my favorite toys? Originally, this was going to be top 10 Marvel Legends, and I was like, I should include SH Figure Arts, because I liked a lot of those that I got. And then I was like, wait, I don't know if some certain figures came out in technically 2018. So, Thor and the Sand figure, I do not know if they came out in 2018, so I can't put them on the list. Sucks. The Iron Man figure, I started to have paint rub on his back, where the paint just is like messing up, and I don't like that. I want my figures to never really have a problem if I'm painting for them. Hawkeye, his knee is like almost broken, like it popped out of its socket. Falcon, his arms are starting to, they got warped in packaging. Groot and Rocket, they didn't have enough articulation. This is from that little simple basic pack that they sold. The Logan, and then the Sentinel figure. I love them both, but really, they're kind of just like re-releases of figures. And sometimes my Sentinel figure, sometimes it doesn't say stuff. But now it does. Yeah, I got it. I'm really happy I like it. Anyway, let's take a look at my top 10 favorite action figures of 2018. Let's start with the rules. So, the rules have to be, I had to buy it in 2018, and it has to be released in 2018. It has to be a Marvel figure. It doesn't have to just be a Marvel Legend. I made the rule that I had to buy it because I haven't finished building Sauron. And two other Build-A-Figures, the Cole Obsidian one, which I want to put him on the list because he's extremely detailed and extremely nice looking, but can't because, didn't get it. So, with that out of the way, let's start with number 10. A good figure, but not one of the best. The Bucky figure from the Falcon and him 2-pack. It's admittedly a good figure that sort of... I do like him. But he has, of course, his disabilities of... One, I think his legs look way too long to me. I'm sort of getting used to it right now, but still... And he came with a really weird gun. It was like sort of an alien sniper rifle. Did not look good. And for some reason he has that Hawkeye joint where it goes down like that instead of normal. Yeah, the normal. But I still like him. I think his face is way better than the SH Figure Arts one. Of course, the SH Figure Arts one comes with a lot more stuff. This one doesn't come with any alternate heads or... other things. This one just has one gun, which isn't a good gun, so I just swapped it with the Falcon one. And sorry if my lights are really off. They sort of always are. But yeah, let's move on to number 9. Hold on a second. It's Doctor Strange from the Infinity War 10th Anniversary 3-pack. This was a good figure. I just don't like the fact that his arm is always going to be like that. That's always in control of time. I find the head fantastic. Better than I was originally expecting. But in really that regard, it's still not the best figure that I bought this year. Good Benedict Cumberbatch face. Good cloak. Good Eye of Agamotto. Good everything, just that really annoys me, because I'd like to not have him with that. I would like to have that on him, but not all the time. So, I can't put him any higher on this list, but at least he didn't get any lower. Next figure. So, next on my list is Boxer Deadpool. People didn't like this figure. I loved him because I just thought that this was a completely useless figure that obviously some character like Deadpool would come up with or would want to create. And it's just fun because you can have those scenes like I do where he's just like in the house and he's just in his boxers, because not every superhero will be in their superhero uniform when they are. But besides the bottom part of his body, it's all really reuse. His head seems sort of small, to my opinion. He doesn't come with any real good weapons, especially ones that you can put on his and his holster, which I really wish that he had another holster so that you could put 2 little pistols in there. But, of course, and he doesn't come with his swords, which is very unlike Deadpool, but he does come with main part of the Sauron Build-A-Figure, so I guess that's good. Anyway, he had to score number 10 because, I mean, not number 10, number 7, because he wasn't, he had, I mean, number 8, I'm very confused right now, number 8 because he didn't really have my first really big grasp when I saw him. I was just like, okay, that's a funny figure, I'll buy him, but I don't know, he's not like coming with a whole lot of accessories, which I would like. Anyway, number 7, is the Crossbones figure from the Captain America Civil War 2-pack, which was released in the movie 10th anniversary thing. I really did like this because it was a figure that I wanted. I always wanted a Crossbones figure, and especially watching stop motions like Leo Legendary, where he had a custom one that really looked like the movie version. I always wanted a Marvel Legend one, and we got it. Besides sort of the lack of articulation in the abs and the waist, he's still really nice, and he has a lot of good articulation and amazing detail. I really wish that he could pull that gun out of his holster. That's the one thing I want. And I wish that he had a tiny little knife to stick in where you could have him fight Captain America. But he's been a really good villain to use in my stop motions. Better than Thanos and like Prowler and the Green Goblin. That's why you won't see them on this list. Next, number 6 is the Killmonger figure from the 2-pack with him and Everett Ross. I loved Killmonger in Black Panther, which usually doesn't happen with a villain, because you felt bad for him, but not bad enough to be like, oh, Electro, I love you, Spider-Man's dick. You were like, okay, this guy is, I'm sorry for this guy. Then again, he's pretty bad. But you still find that way to love him. So I'm glad that they made a new Black Panther wave. I can't include that on the list, mainly because I don't have them yet, and because they're technically a January release, so technically not 2018. I still love this because it's just chock full of articulation, posability, paint, comes with the actor's face. I forgot the actor's name. I'll remember it in probably like a minute or so. But he was still really good, and he's amazing to use in stop motions because I don't have a T'Challa, so I had to be creative, and I basically did what whatever happened to Phil Coulson. If you've seen Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know what's happened to Phil Coulson. That's what happened to Killmonger. Number 5, the top 5, the big ones, the good ones, is Ant-Man from the Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket 2-pack. I love this figure because when I saw Ant-Man, I already loved him before then, but I just became a huge fan of him now because he was just so cool. He was controlling ants, he was flying on them, he was like fighting a bad guy in a briefcase. That was cool. I love Ant-Man. I love Scott Lang mainly as Ant-Man and Hank Pym. I really want a Hank Pym action figure now. Dang it. I did order the SH Figure Arts one. That will be coming soon. But that one is chock full of articulation, but it's not the first suit. So, I count this one as being my number 5 on my list. Let's see who's number 4. Number 4 is Yellow Jacket. I love this figure when he came out. I love the villain. And that doesn't happen much. I found Daniel Cross to be weird, psychotic, evil, but he has a good suit. And admittedly, I love Yellow Jacket. I loved him ever since he was in the comic books. Ever since he was significantly changed from being the hero Yellow Jacket to now being the villain Yellow Jacket. Still a good change. Better than other ones that I've seen. So, now we're in the top 3. Ooh, this is the hard ones. Let's see who's number 3. It's Thanos from the Marvel Avengers Infinity War 3-pack that had Doctor Strange and the Iron Man figure. This was a fantastic Build-A-Figure. I really wanted him, but I was at the time where I was still not wanting to collect Build-A-Figures. I didn't want to collect the entire wave of figures. I was just like not motivated to. Now I am, now that they're doing all movie waves, which really they should. I don't want to have to buy stupid comic book characters who I don't know, and really, Black Panther was one of the movies that I still can watch over and over again and find something new, find something funny, find something cool. It had all that stuff. But Avengers Infinity War had Thanos, and we need Thanos in figure form. And that's why I loved him. And I'm so glad that they made the 3-pack with him in it so that I could get him, and that I could play with him, and that I could do stop motions with him. And yes, it took me a very long time to get this set, but I really wanted to wait so that I could build up to my final 4 episodes. Not final. The final climax of my story, my Avengers Infinity War. But, of course, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. Because we're not done yet. They still got to beat him. Anyway, number 2. This is the final 2. Wow. Number 2 is... It's Avengers Infinity War Iron Spider. Oh, I love Tom Holland, especially for him being the new Spider-Man. I'm fine with that. But I love this figure because he's chock full of articulation. Sure, I do have problems with it now, especially looseness. This arm is very loose, so I don't let him use that much. But I still can get amazing poses. He looks fantastic, even in neutral form, which isn't able for many figures. But my real main problem with him is he sort of had some paint rub, which I was expecting, and the looseness. It makes it harder to do stop motions with him. But, maybe I'll get a new Spider-Man. Who knows? Anyway, number 1, we're going to take a look at some big honorable mentions that I was not able to put in the list because of unsureties and a little final thing. Anyway, let's take a look at some honorable mentions. So, the ones who were going to be number 1 was the SH Figure Arts Thor figure and the Vintage Wave Stan Lee. Now, these are both excellent figures with chock-full with articulation and paint that was fantastic. And even though Stan Lee has cloth clothes, which usually turn me off to a figure, I could not just help picking him up. And, of course, the Thor figure. Fantastic. I love Thor Ragnarok. Loved it. I need this figure. Thing is, I was very unsure if either of these figures came out in 2018. Apparently, they both did. But I can include them because one of them really breaks my rules of I don't like cloth figures at all. I don't. And the other one really breaks the rules of he has been very loose lately. But I did not know if either of these when I was originally creating my list, which is finished. I did not know if either of these figures was, of course, in 2018. So thank you for listening to these honorable mentions. Number 1, the best figure of the year is the one, the only, the Avengers Infinity War Captain America. We finally got to see him after about 2 years, I think it was, of not seeing Captain America. We finally got him back, and I have to give this figure number 1 because he sort of has been fitting in more with my Marvel Legends than with my SH Figure Arts. And I just find this figure more and more amazing every time I play with him. So he gets the honor being with Papa. Anyway, thank you guys for watching me fool around with a bunch of action figures for a whole year. I posted a lot this year. I'm really proud of myself. And we of course started my Transformers series and my Avengers series. So those both will continue in 2019. I hope you have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. I'm going to be doing another video tonight. Maybe I'll be live streaming some video game. Whoa! That'll be pretty fun. So yeah, please make sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you later. Goodbye.